Should I be excited or should I be monotone?
I don't know.
How about
Monotone? Monotone?
how about somebody that is really excited, but they unfortunately have a disease where they are monotone? There you go.
Dang, that's kind of tough. Let me think about that. I don't know if I can do that. I'm just gonna be monotone. I'm just gonna be monotonous.
Okay, be monotonous. Everybody loves that.
Everybody
Okay.
loves monotony.
I don't really know how to do that, but I'll try. Okay, here we go.
This is the New Leaf Podcast.
Welcome everybody to episode 27 of the New Leaf Podcast. This week, we're joined by our host, Tyler, Taylor, and Christian. Thankfully, I am finally back from my hiatus of vacation, where I went back to the greatest state in America for 2 weeks. I have lots to tell you from that trip, but I will have to wait until Tyler and Christian introduce themselves. Tyler and Christian.
Yes, hi, my name is Christian, and I'm sorry, I can't. I can hold it back when you're doing it, but I can't hold it back when I'm doing it.
It doesn't sound any different than your regular voice, so I don't know why it's a big
Oh my
deal.
God.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
He's like, yes, it does.
Yes, it
He's
does.
like, exactly. Point proven.
So yeah, I'm sure everybody already knows who I am. Christian.
Okay, great, Tyler. Since Christian just hit a brick wall, like I have no idea what's going on.
My name is Tyler, and I have a voice problem where I'm only speaking one tone. This is how I will
Again-
speak for the rest of the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
All of our listeners are tuning out right now.
Yeah. There's actually a skit that Will Ferrell does on Saturday Night Live, and he's basically he only has one tone, and he's like, and I remember the time that I was in the choir, and the choir director said, and a little bit softer now, and a little bit softer now, and it's just continually him doing that the whole time, and he just can't get softer, and it's awesome.
Hey, so where's our... Really?
There's the burp.
Where's our other host at?
Yeah, where's our other host?
Tanner.
Tan the Man.
Tanner is at the Reds game, currently facing the Pirates.
Oh man, I hate Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so they're out there watching that with a couple friends, so pretty cool.
So why don't you go into talking about baseball for about 30 minutes?
I did that last podcast. Try not to do it this podcast.
That was podcast before last.
Yeah.
Podcast.
There's
You're
a lot
talking about Snoop Dogg playing baseball or something.
Yeah, the All-Star game. There was a lot going on with that podcast. So.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Anyways, Taylor, why don't you tell everybody about your stay back home in Ohio?
Okay. Well, as you guys know, and if you don't know, it's probably because you don't listen to a word I say on the podcast. I live in Hawaii. I'm pretty sure I've said it before. But I'm from Ohio, obviously, because it's the best state ever. But I went home 2 weeks ago, yesterday, for 2 weeks, obviously. And the whole trip was kind of Well, I knew why I was going home, but no one else really knew why until it happened. But, I went home to propose to my now fiance. So that was pretty exciting. Kind of nerve-wracking. So I'm going to explain how it happened in case you guys don't know. And if you do know, I don't really care. So,
Well, me and Tyler gave our critique of the video that was posted on Facebook a couple weeks ago.
oh, what was the critique?
did.
How was it?
I think
you passed.
Yeah, I think you gained the approval of the panel on that one. So
Vote
Okay,
now.
well,
Vote now.
man, 2 votes. I hope I can get good ones on that. Oh, but no, it was pretty funny because Allison was like, I'm making you a banner, but I'm not going to tell you what it says. You know, she's trying to be like all sneaky, you know, or whatever.
yeah,
I was like, okay, well, since you're going to do that, then I'll do this to you. So after she left my house that night that they did that, this is like Thursday and I came home Saturday. I had my mom also draw up a banner that said, "Will you marry me, Allison?" Which she had no idea that was made. So they're holding the one banner up that says "Welcome Home," which you can't see this in the video, but this is what happened. So they're holding the one banner up that says "Welcome Home, Taylor," whatever it said, I don't remember. And then
they spent all that time making it, and you don't even remember what it said.
nope,
It wasn't important at that moment. He did not
it was
care.
not. But when Allison walked up to me to like greet me, well, here's the first part. So I bought the ring, the banner. Wow, I don't know why I said the banner. The setting for the ring at the jewelry store here because the diamond I had was here or there in Ohio, so it would just been easier to have it set there. I would have to like have it all mailed to me and all that kind of
Yeah.
crap, you know.
Yeah.
So the only people that knew that out of everyone that was there was me, my mom, my dad, and sorry. So I had my dad say, "Oh wow, I had to use the bathroom really bad," right before I got there, and everybody was like, why does he have to use the bathroom? Kind of like surprised, you know, why is he going in there? But secretly, when everyone was coming out of the baggage claim, I was pretty much crouching like Sam Fisher behind all the people, but between everyone, so no one could see me.
Were
And which is
people
kinda
like
hard to
giving you
do.
weird looks?
Yeah, they were like,
I'm
why?
sure that
is this
security guard loved it.
They're like, why is this person between my legs? So I'm like, I keep going, and then I see the bathroom that my dad is in. So as soon as I get to that bathroom, I take like a sharp right into it before they can see me.
So you like spec opped your way into the bathroom and
Yes.
then got the ring and then went back out.
He actually
Well, yeah.
assassinated his dad.
Yeah,
Got the
and
ring.
then I took the ring. No, so yeah, he gave me the ring, and then he's like, "Okay, hurry up," and I was like, "I gotta take a second." So I told him to like leave. So I went pee, and then I made sure nobody was in the bathroom, and then I was like practicing proposing, like kneeling down, because I was like, how do you do that?
What?
I don't know. It was
It's
just
stuff you think about. You don't think about kneeling until you actually have to do it. So
yeah.
I
It's
see what you're saying.
And it's like I don't know, it's like a thing that should seem easy, but then when it came to the fact of it was gonna happen, it was like it's like something so easy, but when you get nervous, you just totally draw a blank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that episode of SpongeBob where he's like, "What's your name, boy?" And he's like, "My name."
I love that meta. Like that is probably the best imagery ever. I love it, especially
But,
if you have anxiety. That you'll understand that completely.
But so yeah, that happened, and then Allison had no idea that I had the ring or anything like that, and then I came out. So at this point, she like walks up to me with the old banner up, and then if you go back and watch the video, you can hear my mom in the video, the recording. But Allison walks up to me and hugs me, and then you hear my mom. She's like, drop the banner, like real quiet but kind of like stern with everyone that's holding the banner. And they pulled the other one out, and everyone that didn't know was freaking out. Like her mom and her dad were
You
like,
didn't tell.
no, they had no idea what was going on. So, and then we turned around, and I said something to her, and we kept walking, and it was like she wouldn't register the banner because she was so happy to see me. Like I kept trying to get her to look ahead, but she kept trying to like grab and hold my hand. And then she finally saw it, and she said something. I forget what she said.
Probably a
And then
curse word.
Yeah, it was probably like what the? No, she didn't say that. But then she turned around, and then I was kneeling, and then we had IHOP after that. So whatever.
And that escalated quickly.
just to top it all off.
Just to top it all up.
Man,
It's
you
like I
saved the
kneeled
best for
down,
last.
asked her to marry me, and we went to IHOP.
That's
That's so
actually
romantic.
exactly. That's literally how it happened. So
I mean, kudos.
Thank you.
Taylor wasted no time, and he didn't. I think he. Here's a critique I didn't say, but Taylor did it in like shorts and a t-shirt. Like she would have no idea based on his clothing about what.
yeah, I
was
wasn't trying to look nice. I don't care, man. I wear whatever I want. So yeah, that was kind of. Yeah, I was in like pajama shorts and a Switchfoot concert t-shirt and a hat. Actually, I don't think I had a hat on at that point. It was in my bag. So yeah, that happened, and then I had like me and Allison's birthdays are 3 days apart, so we had like a conjoined family birthday party and stuff like that, and nothing really happened. I got a new license. I played golf. I saw Tyler, and unfortunately, I saw Christian.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Like I told you guys before, it kind of sucks when. I mean, obviously, you know, some people experience and some people don't ever like move away from where they're from, but when you're home or when you're away for an extended amount of time and then you're home, it's almost like everyone that you're friends with expects you to make time for them.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say any names, but it's no one here.
Tyler.
No, it's not. I promise it's not you. I could tell you who, but so which that's kind of like frustrating because, you know, they don't understand that, you know, they've never been away from home, so they're not sure like why won't he spend time with me? You know what I mean? Like I thought we were friends. I'm like, yeah, but you know, if you're still my friend, then if you're such a friend as you say you are, then you should be here next time I'm home. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but it's
When
just,
you-
I don't know.
When you only have 2 weeks to spend in one place and you allot time, considering that you just became engaged, that's probably
Yeah.
where most people should expect you to be, is probably next to her, basically the whole time.
Yeah,
closest
which
family.
unfortunately, yeah, well, I'm glad that you see like that, but unfortunately, some people aren't, you know.
Yeah, that's why,
They're like,
like when I know that you're at home, I don't like text you. I mean, I do some like a little bit, but I'm not like blowing you up all the time because I know you're like you gotta see your family and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, and even the texting thing wouldn't bother me, but the only thing about that is that literally when I'm home, it sounds bad, but I really don't have my phone on me. I guess I should have it on me a lot, but really it's kind of just sitting off to the side most of the time. And then people text me and blow my phone up like 30 times and they get all mad. They're like, why won't he text me? I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you're, you know, whatever. But I don't know. Overall, it was a great trip, and thankfully, I got to see the people I wanted to see. I got to see Tyler at church. Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything and have like any bonfires like I wanted to. But
The bonfire, sad face. It was a
trust
good
me,
time. I was warm in my heart. after I had cold water poured over the bonfire idea, I revived.
Well, as long as you were warm.
Yeah, as long as you're warm. Last time I was there at a bonfire, it was freezing cold.
Yeah, it was. I was there for that.
Was that at Jake's house?
No, that
No,
was
that
at
was it.
Kinsey's.
Yeah.
Her grandparents.
Oh,
That,
that's
like,
right.
awesome
That-
house. The house was
yeah,
so
because
cool.
your cousins were there, right, Tyler?
Yeah, because Sarah
And Allison was there too. Yeah, the Shires are there. And...
Yeah, nobody listening knows any of those people.
Yeah, it's okay. We have relatives, folks. It happens.
We have families.
I would have
Thankfully, we
never
are
guessed.
blessed.
I would have never guessed that Christian would be as much of a friend at that point. It was just like, hey, cool, new guy. And then like never
Yeah.
thought two things about it. And then like later on, like we hit up Xbox and it was like, oh, well, now it's hard to play without Christian. So.
Yeah, it was like, because, I mean, when you talk to somebody for, I don't know, like an hour or whatever, you don't really, I mean, you never talk to them again. You don't really, like, that's not like a strong memory in your brain. So, like, when we started playing Xbox, I was like, I didn't even make the connection. I was like, oh, yeah, that was that guy that was at that one thing one time.
I just remember Christian the most because he has this really crazy tattoo that like is a person, but then it like extends into like all sorts of other like crazy, almost like if I remember right, it's like the earth, like it changes into like a really cool like earth effect, like natural. It's very hard to describe because I don't.
Oh,
you
it's-
have like
He's talking about the
It's-
one in the middle. It's the one in the middle of your back.
No,
Christian.
is he talking about that one, or is he talking about the one on my arm where he's got
I
the
think-
tree coming out of the...
I think
coming
it's
out
the
of his
tree
hands?
guy. I think it's that.
Oh,
guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a
tree
guy.
guy.
He's got his like arms out, and there's a tree coming out of his hands. Like goes up to form, some Christograms, the Cairo symbol.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah, totally.
that was what burned in my mind. I was like, that is a sweet tattoo.
Everybody is like obsessed. 'cause I have
Everyone is
tattoos.
always like, "Oh my gosh, you have so many tattoos. What do they mean?" when they see you for the first time.
They say it like actually means something instead of just something stupid.
I'm like, "Come on, man! I've heard this a million times. Shut up."
Like we were last time I was there, we were walking through the mall, and everybody was like, just random mall employees were like stopping me, asking me about all my tattoos and stuff. It was weird, like making me pull my shirt up so they could see the one on my back.
Yeah, it's on his lower back. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
It actually entails it to his left butt cheek, so that's the real reason they wanted to see it. But
No.
It's
just-
past.
Just for the record, it's across my shoulder blades. It's not down in the bottom area, posterior area at all.
well, at least the one that they know about isn't. I mean, I've seen that one.
Well,
but-
yeah, but I mean, I don't show that one off to everybody. You know what I mean?
Mine's Bugs Bunny, kind of like in a diving position.
Wow, that's disgusting.
I didn't tell you where. Oh my goodness.
Hey,
I can
so
only assume. What?
so did you play any video games while you were at home?
No,
You didn't
No,
play
I
any games
didn't.
with your dad?
no. Me and my dad played golf together. I didn't really get much time to.
You played Tiger Woods PGA Tour?
No, I played. Shut up, dude.
IRL.
I played real golf.
Real golf. Oh, okay.
I got a new driver and a new putter for my birthday. So, true story.
Do you play golf
Um,
in Hawaii?
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
True story. Don't. I'm not trying to be like whatever or anything or in vain. It's not a very vain statement, if you will. But that makes sense. Sorry if it doesn't. But my new driver that I got, me and my dad were playing. Tyler, I don't know if you remember, but it used to be hole number 1 on Meadows when we would play with the school.
Mm-hmm.
It was a par
What's
4 going down. It was a par 4 going downhill at Shaker Run.
And then it goes up. Is it the one that goes uphill afterward?
No, it just kind of goes downhill the whole time. It's just down, and then the next hole is like that.
Oh, yeah. It's at the time, like the green was a little bit to the right, a little. I mean, like just it's like a straight line down, and there's like
yeah, and there's like weeds on the right and weeds on the left, and then
Yeah, I found those often.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Anyways, so that hole is three. We played from the white or the whatever, like the second one from the back was.
The red
And-
tees. Just kidding.
No. Oh,
Those are women. Those are women's
that's
tees.
yeah. For those who don't know, that's women's tees.
Okay, I didn't know. So
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, I know you didn't. And the hole was 371 from that tee box, and I hit my drive, and I had like 40 yards left into the hole.
Wow.
So this driver is like unlocked my true potential. I think I haven't played with it here yet, but
Taylor
it was-
used to have a driver that was like the size of a football, and when
oh
it would
yeah,
go
talking
off,
about
it would have
the
this.
aluminum one.
Yes, it had this ping on it that sound like just the sound was ridiculous. I don't know. I can't describe it to anything.
It was obnoxious to say the least.
Yes.
You could hear it from like 3 holes away, probably, but it was wild. But yeah, so that happened, and I had fun doing that. I really enjoy golf. So,
Cool.
but yeah. So, and then the last thing of note that I did is I went to West Virginia. So
Nobody cares.
He really has nothing to say about that though, so it's.
it was
No, just kidding.
it was
Taylor was a big baby scared of all the bears.
I was not scared of all the bears.
He's probably. I mean, he's got the most meat on him, so you're the one. You got to
Yeah.
break Taylor's leg and run away. So I'd be scared of bears too.
Yeah.
If I was the one that's going to be the prime rib.
Christian, you probably would have been able to like mount him because you're this like smaller than me, so you could have jumped up on top of his back and rode him back into the woods.
What?
Hi ho, grizzly! Away!
Okay. Anyways,
but
let's talk about video games, like actual video games.
okay, we will. But
We're making
I wanna,
our own video games right now by talking about that.
But I want
How
to
would
make
you
note
like to
of one
sound up
thing
here?
that
What?
happened while
What?
we were in West Virginia.
What?
Well, see that we saw this rock, okay, and it was pretty tall. Let me tell you, it's probably like a 12-foot tall rock. You think 12 feet?
Yeah, between like 12 and 15, something like that.
It's not just a boulder.
So let me
It's a
tell you,
rock.
it was. Let me
It
tell
wasn't
you,
just your average everyday rock.
It
This
was not.
an advanced rock.
It had a child
Anyways,
named Kid Rock. Actually, it was really
It
disappointing.
was sitting right next to it, but
yeah, that's
Continue.
what I said. Anyways, so we saw it and we were like, oh wow, we should climb that. Well, from a distance we saw it and it didn't look that big from when we saw it.
yeah, it's like
We
you
were
just
like,
kind of hop up on there.
We were like, yeah, let's just kind of hop up on it. Okay, no, we get down there and it's like, no. It gets to the point of Christian has to somehow muster up the strength. I had to like jump up and grip the top of it, like to where I couldn't even see what I was holding on to. And then he had to get under me and push my feet up off of the ground. And then after that, I had to sit up there and like grab onto the rock and then pull him up. And it was just obnoxious. I got cut up from it, and Sam got this really funny picture actually. Looks like okay, like imagine, just try to imagine on the beaches of Normandy, like the American soldier pulling up his wounded comrade from the water, and like his legs are possibly like hurt, like blown up or like shot, and that's exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it looked like. He's just like dragging me up the side of the rock.
I'm like trying
It
to
made
save
me
his
think-
life.
It made me think of Army of Two,
Or that, yeah, actually.
where you would have to, or Splinter Cell Conviction. Both of those you had to use teamwork.
Yeah, but it was definitely not as graceful as either one of those.
No.
But yeah, we got
So-
some cool pictures. I still need to like get those off my camera.
Yeah, why
Put 'em
aren't
on
they? Why aren't you
Facebook.
the one? Yeah, dude. And then send them to me, because I'm not on Facebook anymore.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Great decision, by the way, folks. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it.
There's a lot of junk that you don't see. It makes your life. I mean, I look at Facebook and I'll scroll through it, and there's like times where it's like, oh, I'm glad I have Facebook to be in connection with these people. And there's other times where I'm like, why do I have Facebook? All I see is crap.
Right?
Like,
Most of my time I spend on Facebook in groups. I'm in like a weightlifting group and a video game group and a theology. Shut up. A video gaming group and a theology discussion group. So usually if I'm on Facebook, I'm in there, or I'm posting statuses trying to get people to question their beliefs, things like that.
Great.
Hey, listen. So one time I posted something where I said that I listed like a bunch of the Word of Faith and Prosperity pastors, like Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, like all the people on TBN, and I said that they were all apostates and false teachers.
what's an apostate?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, and my mom told me that my grandma sent her a message and asked her what was wrong with me. Because I was calling people out. I guess my grandma's a big fan of TBN.
People don't know. People think they're like, Allison didn't even know who Joel Osteen was. When I told her about
good.
yeah, I know. Well, I told her because Al Thomas has this song called Television Evangelist.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like about that stuff.
Yeah.
She was like, is this like knocking preachers? And I was like, no. Like, let me show you. So I showed her that video where they do the Street Fighter dub over like Benny Hinn.
Yeah.
That's the video you
like
showed
that.
her.
Yeah. She was like, I don't really understand, but I kind of do. And then I showed my dad and we were like dying. So that's all that matters.
That's hilarious. I remember the first time I saw that. It was hilarious. But
It's
yeah.
sad but funny.
It is.
Well, everybody. Anyways,
let's talk about video games. Which
Yeah.
Me and Tyler haven't really played any in the last. Well, Tyler said he hasn't really played any, and I haven't really either. But let's try and talk about something about.
we
video
played
games.
we played some today. At least I played 2 new video games today that I hadn't played before. A lot of my time is still spent on Smite. I don't know why I love that game so much, but it's just a lot of fun.
Yep, I agree.
But the free games with gold for July, free game with gold, I guess, singular, was released today.
No, that's August.
Yeah, yesterday. It was released yesterday. And yeah, August.
No, it's July.
Shut up.
I'm really excited about it. I can't wait
Anyways,
to play it.
It's Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. And every time that's been on sale for the past couple months, I've been debating like whether or not I should buy it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I finished the entire game in 43 minutes today.
You already beat it? You beat it while I was at breakfast?
Yeah.
It's really a really small game, is what I heard.
Yeah,
But I'm excited to
and
play
I
it.
mean, most of that time is spent in the beginning and the end cutscene, and then just like getting used to how everything worked. I've had to retry a couple of checkpoints. So I mean, even with all that, it was less than an hour that I spent playing it.
Did you
Didn't they
get
charge
a lot
like
of it?
$60 for that?
It was
one?
like 40, which was
I think it was
absolutely
40, yeah.
ridiculous. There's no way that it was worth. I mean, it might be worth like, I don't even know. There's less content in it than a lot of the arcade games. Maybe like $5 to $10 would be justifiable for that game, but I'm glad that.
Yeah, I'm glad that it was free because, like I told Christian earlier, we were trying to play it and it was like, it's almost like the game, it tells you to play stealthily and then it's like, well, we told you to, but we don't really want you to. So it kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like there's many avenues to play stealth. Because,
Well, you have to figure it out. I mean, you have to.
something's kind of frustrating. Shut up.
Okay.
Something's kind of frustrating, Tyler, is when you're playing, like, you know, let's say you get spotted, right? Like, you have an assault rifle, okay?
I'm
and
with
then
you.
let's say you get spotted, okay? And then it was silence, but now that you got spotted, you lost the silencer on it.
Yeah, for some
And
reason
then,
he decides to take the
and then you
silencer
kill
off.
everyone. You kill all the guys that are trying to kill you, right? You would
Mhm.
think you'd be able to put it back on, but you can't. So you have to play the whole mission with an unsilenced assault rifle.
And the only other weapon you have is like a tranquilizer, which doesn't work unless you shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Well,
So
That's
that's frustrating.
Yeah,
not
it's
fun.
kind of frustrating.
I really like stealth too, and that doesn't sound like fun. I mean, I'll play it probably because for 45 minutes worth of content, it's hard not to.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I was telling Taylor, we were in a party chat when I started it up. The graphics are crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really
so
beautiful.
good. I mean,
Yep.
it is really like, it looks really, really nice. And I'm actually, it's not as weird. Like, I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 4 because of all the Asian weirdness.
I
in
did.
it.
I love Metal Gear Solid 4.
This one's a lot more westernized. It reminds me a lot of Splinter Cell, like the really stealth heavy Splinter Cell stuff, where the whole point is to not get seen at all, and like to not get seen, to not kill any guards, just sneak around everybody or distract everybody.
And for some people that I know, specifically me, that is like impossible for me to accomplish in a game. 'Cause I just like to kill people, so which kind of sucks. But whatever.
I mean, stealth, I do too. Like, I prefer more action stuff, but stealth stuff is cool, but it's nice when they give you kind of you can do both. And I mean, if you wanted to just go in there and just shoot everybody, you can. Except for there's like some tanks or something that will come after you you can't do anything about. But yeah, it's really dumb that they take the silencer the first time you get spotted. I don't know the reason for that at all. And even if, like, there's like a little attachment option. You can turn the tactical light on and off, but you can't put the silencer back on. So I don't understand that.
It's really weird.
But I liked the mechanics. It was actually the only Metal Gear Solid game I played was 4, and the mechanics were kind of odd. So I liked the mechanics a lot better in this one. It actually kind of got me interested in the Phantom Pain, which I wasn't interested in before. So it's cool. It's cool that they put that out, especially for free, a little bit before that game comes out. When does that come out? Doesn't it come out next month?
Oh, this year, I think. Yeah.
That's gonna be a weird game just because I think everybody's got a consensus that it's probably gonna be Kojima's last Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And
which is sad because
I mean, it probably will be, but he'll probably make like a ton of other people do, make like a spiritual successor where it's not Metal Gear, but it's something it's pretty much the same.
Well, I mean, from what I read about it kind of seemed like he was like done. Like he said, like his personal belief is that this last one, like whatever the Phantom Pain or whatever, is going to be the last one in the series. But
he's always said that about Metal Gear.
And so
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. It just seems like he wants to be done with that series and complete it and move on to something else. It's kind of what it seems like. I don't know. The guy's got a very good track record with people with gaming. I don't really know too much about him because I didn't get into the Metal Gears. I was they were a little bit too hard when I was younger.
I bought they had that remaster that they put out. They had all the old ones. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I got to go back and play all of those. So.
I know people that love it, but yeah, I think it's not something that's really familiar to Xbox people. So I think it was good that they released this for free so people can try it out, see if they like it. And the way it was set up was really cool too. It was like you bring up your map and you kind of plan on where you're going to go. You can interrogate enemies and find out where like ammo stashes and stuff are. You kind of have to do like some detective
You can
work.
like grab them and like interrogate them like you said, and then they're like, you can hit the button again, and they'll be like, "I told you everything that you wanted to know." And then they say no, you can choose to kill them, and you take your knife and like stab them right in the chest, and you kill them. That's awesome.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of like a detective type thing too. You got to actually think. Like there's you find, I don't want to, I'm sure a lot of people have already played it, but if not, I try not to spoil it. But you find a tape and like a cassette tape, and you listen to this tape.
What are those?
What are those?
Anyways.
I'm sorry, you guys probably don't know what that is because you don't get on social media.
Wait, what is?
What are those?
What is
Like
that?
this, like when you say what are those about somebody's shoes. Like if somebody has like really stupid shoes, you're like, what are those? And you point at their shoes.
Are you done?
Yeah. Anyways.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's a good reason why. That's like an example of why I don't care about Facebook.
And what's crazy is kids love that stuff.
It's funny.
Oh my!
I think it's funny. Well, it's
You're
funny
a
like
kid.
the first couple of I am a kid. But anyways, so you find. Can you stop button mashing so I can talk?
I'm not button mashing anything.
You're stick flicking. So anyways.
I'm stick flicking?
Yeah.
You stick flicker.
Excuse me. So anyways.
Excuse me.
Are you done?
MLG.
Okay, sorry, I'm done.
So you find this cassette tape and you listen to the recording, and you have to like deduce where this target is depending on the things you hear in the tape. It's like you hear a flag and like a helicopter, so you have to look for that area in the map and like search around. So that's really cool. And it is pretty open. I mean, you can go in there and just shoot everybody, or you can sneak it. Both of them are pretty difficult, so you kind of have to do a balance.
Yeah, it's really difficult to even like shoot it up. I tried to shoot it up, and it was still kind of tough in my opinion. So,
but it was cool. I'm curious as to how much content the actual game will have. But yeah,
campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it'll have a lot. I mean, it's going to be a full-size game.
But
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4 took forever.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I
don't think I ever
so
finished
much.
it.
I love it. Metal Gear Solid 4 had like this most depressing ending ever.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
But yeah, I definitely recommend going and check that out if you haven't yet. If you have an Xbox Live Gold, go download that. It's a good experience.
What is the other free game this month?
The other one is it's carried over from last month. It's So Many Me's or whatever it is.
Yeah, So Many Me.
Which I played it for a little bit today, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than any of the other free arcade games. Even Rayman I didn't like that much, but So Many Me, it's kind of got the feel of some of the other ones that I've liked that are kind of small, arcadey, indie, like Battle Block Theater, where you having to solve puzzles and kind of do different stuff. It's got that feel to it. What's cool is as you progress through the game, you get like duplicates of yourself, and when you're jumping around, if you press X, it'll cause your duplicate to turn into a stone block that you can climb on. So you have to use that mechanic to jump up into higher ledges. And if you're on like a switch that you have to keep pressed down, you turn a guy into a stone block to keep the switch pressed while you go elsewhere. Because normally, if they're not in the stone block, they're just following you around. And then you can hit the triggers to call them back to you. And there's times where you have to get in this like larger suit thing that's heavier that you can bust other stuff up and lower down certain platforms because of your weight. But the stone blocks you have to use to like block missiles and all kinds of crazy stuff to solve these little puzzles. It's really, really cool. Really interesting. And
So what you're telling me is that I have to actually use my brain for it?
Yeah, you have to actually use your brain.
Oh man, that's just the worst kind of game.
But it's a lot of fun. Like I said, it's definitely, I like it a lot more than most of the other arcade games that I've played on the Xbox One. But you guys haven't played it, so you can't really talk much about it. I only played like 3 or 4 levels, but
No, and I'll probably play it. Like I told you, I don't really have much space left on my hard drive, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to.
If you have an Xbox and you don't have an external hard drive, then I don't know how you've survived this long, especially you, since you've had it from day one.
Because I'm not, stupid. I'm smart with my stuff.
I'm not stupid either, but I don't want to keep deleting and reinstalling games. And I buy a lot of games digitally, so we can play it on both mine and Sam's Xbox.
Yeah, and that's just something I don't do always. So.
What is Blue Estate?
Oh yeah, Taylor, talk about that.
Hey, want to talk about that? Okay. Well,
let me, just for the record, I can't believe that Taylor actually spent money on this game, because I've heard that it's, like, so bad, like, terrible. It's an on-rails shooter.
Okay, an on-rail shooter, if you've ever played a game like Time Crisis, stuff like that, on-rail shooters are
cool.
freaking... Yeah, they're awesome. Thank you. And so, I mean, that's really all there is to it. But I haven't really played too much into it. I just, like I told you guys, I always play games during the podcast that require, like, no brain work. And this one is just, you don't have to move at all. You just move your right thumbstick and you click your right trigger, and so it's pretty, it's pretty easy for me to play without thinking too much about it. But I'll say more about it next week, probably once I actually understand what's going on. But really, I'm guessing there's like really no story to it, just because
Wasn't it about like gangs, like police against gangs or something?
Yeah, so far it's like looks like, I don't know who the main character, or the one main character is, like how he ties into it, because I wasn't really listening earlier when you and me were playing. But the guy I'm playing as now is like a SWAT agent or something, and I'm taking out all these gang members and stuff. So I really have no idea what it's about. I just know that I'm just shooting people in the head like a lot, and I like it. So that's all that really matters. So, and it was $12, I think. And I got some Xbox gift cards for my birthday. So don't judge me, Christian, because you just don't have the right to do that. I don't really have a reason for why you can't. But
Hey, I can judge you with righteous judgment, whether spiritually or Xbox.
Not when I'm playing Blue Estate.
Yes, I do.
Shut up. Tyler, I don't know if there's not a trial for it, but I think it's really fun. If you like Time Crisis type games on rail shooters, then I think you should at least watch some videos on it or something. The content in it is kind of over the top. Like, it's kind of, I haven't seen any nudity yet, but just
it wouldn't surprise you probably.
Yeah, like the first level takes place in like a gang members typically have like some kind of sex ring. A gang does, and it takes place in like a strip club type thing, but it's not a strip club, it's just like a club. But you go to like a private room, and then there's a girl, and like, she's not naked or anything, she definitely has clothes on, but she's definitely a little scantily dressed. So.
And you shoot her in the head?
No, it's actually like the main character's girl or something, like you're going in to save her, so, I mean, hey.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
What? Yeah, totally cool, Christian.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, why do you guys think that they don't have trials for like the arcade games anymore?
They do.
No, they don't. For some of them they do, but not all of them.
Some of them do, yeah.
Like the game preview, early access games do, but I haven't really
not even those. I was gonna look at the one today. What's it called? No Time to Explain. That one has a trial. I have no idea what it's about because I didn't download the trial. But
we would talk about it, but really, there's no time to explain.
There's just no time to explain. If I would have played that, I probably would have said something like that, but I didn't play it. So, but thank you. I mean, Tyler, nice job. Anyways, well, I don't know why there's no trials for it. I don't know. What do you think, Christian? What is your all-knowing gaming knowledge going to tell us about why?
I don't know, because
it's pretty annoying. I'll tell you that.
Every arcade game on the 360 had a trial.
Every single one, even new games coming out had demos. Like
Not all of them, but a lot of them did.
Yeah, I mean, not all of them, but
But
better than none. Like now,
right. But I mean, I don't know why they can do it for the game preview games, but not regular arcade games. Because if you just put a game out there that nobody's ever heard of, why would anybody buy it? You know what I mean? Without knowing anything about it. So
I agree completely.
I mean, they're starting to do more things like the timed trials with a lot of some of the bigger titles like Sunset Overdrive. They've had a couple of trial weekends and stuff like that. I think they've done it with a few other games, but it's definitely something that need to do more.
I think when we're spending money, it's a lot easier to spend money when you do get a trial and decide you actually like it.
And I think it's better for the company and as well as the customer when you have an opportunity to play the thing you're going to spend, a decent amount of money on before you actually do it. Because I know that there's been, well, I don't know about now, but because I don't really buy too many games without knowing what they are or seeing videos or whatever. But, some people buy games just from window shopping because that's all you can really do on the Xbox store.
Yeah.
And then you play and you're like, oh wow, I just spent $30 on this arcade game, but I can't refund it and it sucks. So, I don't know.
I think it's nice that they have the Twitch broadcast integrated right into the game page on the store. So usually if I'm looking at a game I don't know anything about, I'll watch whatever the main Twitch broadcast is for a little bit and see if that's something that I might enjoy playing.
Yep, I agree. And also just the fact, I mean, it's nice that they have the game clips, like, player created clips, not like a not like a trailer, but, something like that you and me would have made when playing the game, and they're right there accessible to you. So you can kind of get a taste of not what the producers want you to see in a little trailer made by them, but what, the gamer actually experiences when he's playing it. So, but.
Silence.
Oh, I mean, do you have anything else to add? Is that all you've played?
I mean, we played a little bit of Smite.
As usual.
I played some. Yeah, that's all I've really trying to think. I played some Smite with Drew last night, and then I played some with you today. I got level 10 mastery for Bastet. So I kind of branched out like Christian asked me to, and I started to use Coco Khan, which is a mage. So I mean, so far, I did pretty well with him that one game. The last two games, Christian. So I think I might like him a lot actually. The more I play as him. So
yeah, no, it's good to kind of be familiar with a lot of different characters. Like I think my highest god mastered is a level 2. I think I have 2 level 2s, and my one Zabalanka, he's almost level 3. But I have 10 total characters mastered to level 1, which you've got to play like a decent amount of time. I mean, you get pretty familiar with the character, their abilities and stuff before you get to mastery level 1. But it's good to kind of have that broad range. So
just because you never know, like in a game, just in case someone jumps on your best character first.
Yeah,
before you can
the
get
auto
to
lockers. Like people, as soon as the thing will start, they'll just lock a character in, and it's set up to where you choose a character, so it shows on your screen which character you are, and then you're supposed to wait till everybody on your team has their character up, so everybody can balance the team out between mages, hunters, warriors, whatever, and then when everything's good, you lock it in. But some people, they go right to their main character and just lock it in. So
that's pretty much what I did for best.
Yeah. But I mean, you can end up with having an all magic team, or you can end up with an all physical damage team, which is bad because the other team can then build all their defense for that one type. Whereas if you have a mix between like magic and physical, ranged, melee, if you got all that mixed in, the other team has to be more broad in their items. But if everybody on your team is doing the same type of damage, the other team can just like totally tank it, like absorb all the damage by buying those items. So it's not a good idea when you're playing those to lock the thing in before you pick your role. And there's a thing too Smite has where you can like request a role. You pop up a little like speech bubble and say, hey, I want to be a mage or I want to be a hunter. And if players are good, they'll be polite. So I've been working on trying to get at least one character like main in each class. I have a few out of each class, except for the Guardian. I've got a few out of each class mastered, but I'm gonna like focus on like just one out of each class. But there's so many, it's hard to, for me at least, because I have the Founders Pack, which gives you all the characters. I think you only have a couple of characters unlocked.
Yeah, I only have
So
3 or 4, I think.
I mean, there's characters that I still haven't played, and some I'm like terrible with, and others I'm not too bad with, but not great. So it just takes a while to get through them all.
Which kind of sucks that when there's so many different characters they all kind of, like the classes will play similarly, but at the same time, they also play very, very differently.
And even some, like there's one guy in the mage class where most of your mages are ranged. They have a lot of area effect attacks. But this one guy, he's pretty much an assassin. He's just classified as a mage because he can turn invisible and he has this ability activates that does super high damage and he's got crazy attack speed. So what you do with him is you turn invisible, go up to somebody, activate all your stuff, and just start like wailing on him. And that's pretty much like what an assassin does. It's just a single target, high damage. And there's other ones like Bastet. She's an assassin, but Taylor pretty much plays her as a warrior. Like you don't really do a whole lot of sneaking around or anything. You're kind of right in the middle of the fight
and killing everybody.
Yeah, and you can do that with her abilities. So there's even within the classes, there's a broad range of roles you can do.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to get. That's still, it's weird because that's just like the one game. Unfortunately, it's kind of crappy to play Smite when you're only by yourself.
Yeah, it's usually not a fun time trying to play by yourself, even with the 3v3, because if one teammate is bad, it just drags the whole team down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we prefer playing the 3v3 because with me and Taylor, even if the other guy is terrible, we can still kind of carry it. It's a little bit harder to do in the 4v4, but still possible. But the 5v5, like if one or two players are just doing really bad, I mean, your team is
over.
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sucks because the 5v5 is where you get the most like level for your characters.
Well, they take like an hour though too, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, the longer you play, the more worshippers you get for your character at the end of the match. Like I think I played one conquest as Zabalanque, and I did really good. The game lasted for a while, and we won. So I think I came out with like 20 worshippers or something. Whereas normally in like the 3v3, just an average game, you'd get like 8.
Yeah, you get like 8 to 11, I think.
It's worth it, but it's a much higher risk going into the 5v5 because you don't know what the other players are going to do.
You spend so much time playing, and then it turns out that you guys lose, and it was kind of all for naught almost, if you will.
And another thing too is like nobody talks on the mic in the game, so there's not a whole lot of communication. I mean, you have the in-game communication stuff, but it's just like basic like emote retreat things attack lane.
Isn't that weird thing about how like on 360 and even Xbox original, it seemed like everyone used a mic when they would play an online game.
Well, that
And
was I think that was before party chat became really popular.
But even then, I mean, I don't know.
I feel
know.
like I had when I had people to play with, like having the mic was great, but there's a point where I get sick of some of the garbage I hear, and so I like once I had party system, a lot of times I'd just party up with myself just because I didn't want to hear a lot of crap. So I would be that guy that didn't like play with the team, but I also just like to sit back and snipe anyways. So it wouldn't have mattered much if I was or wasn't talking, but
Right?
so it just I don't know. I withdraw from life sometimes by doing that. I'm just like, I'm sick of your crap. Boop. Party chatted up. Now I
Yeah,
can play
no,
games.
there's definitely been times where there's guys just like going off about how everybody sucks and he's like the best. And I've gotten on the mic and just told him to like shut up. I've done that sometimes.
That's
Yeah,
like my life. That's like my
I've
life.
done
I've
that a lot.
always done that.
Or if you don't shut him up, you want to shut them up with your in-game play. And so then every time he kills you, you get more and more mad. And
Yeah.
that's no fun. Definitely had my fair share of
You like
that.
end up doing something stupid just to try to kill him, and he ends up killing you, and you just
Or
Yeah,
he's
just have a
like,
good time.
I was pretty heated in Gears before. 1v1s? I would always accept. Well, no, I wouldn't. Always. I just... there
the
was a
best
lot
were
of-
games where you could hear the person that you killed when you would kill them. So when somebody that was like, you were talking trash to them because they were being idiots or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you would kill them, and then every time you would kill them, you would hear them be like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, oh no.
you'd hear him
Like
for
stuff
like
like-
2 seconds before they cut off. Yeah, that's always funny.
But that's just crazy to think about. I don't know, because Smite is really a good example of that, I guess. Because I mean, a true Smite player, if he's by himself, I wouldn't want to be in a party chat talking to you guys while I played. You know what I mean? I would want to be in the game, able to communicate with my teammates if possible. But,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not that talkative around strangers, so I don't like talking to strangers on the internet.
Oh, shut up.
You would never meet any friends that way.
No,
so
I would never to go and like meet somebody from the internet. That's just so weird. I would never do that. Anyways, you guys gonna get the rare replay this week?
No,
Hmm.
stop asking me if I'm going to get that.
I am asking you on the podcast so we can talk about it. Jeez.
No,
I asked you one time.
I'm not going to get it
Why not?
because I don't want to play those games.
Are you sure? They're rare. They're
Well-
rare games, Taylor.
Good one.
No.
I don't think I'm gonna get it either.
I'll probably get it. I'm not going to get it on launch day because I'm broke, but after I get paid, I'll probably pick it up because, I mean, it's $30 and I think I maybe played like trial versions of like 3 or 4 of them, but I've never played any of the other ones. And everybody like just can't stop talking about how great Battletoads was and Conquer and all, like Perfect Dark and all that stuff.
I may.
Viva Pinata. What else is in there? I don't know. Banjo-Kazooie, all the Banjo-Kazooie games. Or Banjo-Tooie, whatever it is.
I was telling
Banjo-Kazooie
Christian
and
once.
Banjo-Tooie. You telling
Yeah,
him
there's-
what's right?
I was telling Christian like off air that like there's one game in that rare replay that like when I was a kid I always wanted to play it and never found it, and like all growing up I was like, what is the name of that game that I will always wanted to play, like just because I didn't have an N64 at the time and it always eluded me. And so like I'd say 15 at least 10 years later when this rare replay is announced, that game, which is called Jet Force Gemini, was the one that I was like searching for. So I was super shocked and actually kind of happy about that. So if I do pick it up, that's why.
I think
Because
my
I want
wife,
that
my wife might enjoy a few of the games. I think she'd like Viva Pinata. What do you think?
I played Viva Pinata. I played Viva Pinata when I was too young to understand how to play it. I think if I went back and played it now, I'd probably be really good at it.
I've heard it's like it was like so good, but I never played it. It was just
It was good.
I didn't have any interest in
And it was so colorful
farming
and so beautiful.
pinatas. So, but yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
I heard it was
and
good.
besides that, I don't really have. There's nothing in there that like blows my mind. I'll probably just save my money and spend it on Halo. So I don't know. I'll probably make the smart decision.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna buy Halo, but I mean, this is $30. It's kind of it's kind of
Oh,
at a
covered.
time when nothing else is coming out, so it's like, hey,
See,
I'll-
that's the thing
I'll
though.
try
Like,
some
I've
stuff I
got,
never played before.
I don't have that like buying games in that manner right now. I can't look at games like that. It's very difficult. I'm like, oh, that's gonna take up hours of my time, and it's like, nope, can't buy it. I think
Yeah.
I've mentioned that on the podcast before, but that's how, like, it sucks. Like when all you're concerned about is time management, and it's like, no fun at
I
all.
wish I had that.
I'm kind of in between. Like if I wanted to, I could sink a bunch of time into games, but I'm trying to do other stuff too. Like I've got books and stuff I'm trying to read that are like,
You can't read.
yes, I can. I can weed. But yeah, this one book I'm reading is...
How you talk has no effect on how you read. I don't know why you said that like that.
Anyways, this is like
It's
a
like
pretty...
sounding it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weed.
Weed.
Anyways. Yeah,
Don't
this
cry.
one book I'm reading is like crazy intense, and if I just sit
It's full of
there and try
pictures.
to... No, there's no pictures.
Yeah, it's
If I
it's
just...
green eggs and ham. There's green eggs.
Shut up.
In a box with a fox. It's amazing.
There's blue fish and red fish too.
One fish, two fish.
Sorry,
Oh
Christian,
man.
are you in the corner?
Oh,
yet?
the places you'll go. There, another Dr. Seuss reference. But Sam.
Are you in the? Is Christian in the corner? Did he leave the Skype chat?
He probably did. He probably did after all that.
Christian,
It's worth
Is he expecting like an apology?
for
Christian,
what?
I'm so sorry for making
We
fun of you.
we'll make T-shirts that say "I can't read," and
That's gonna be the podcast shirt, actually.
I can't read. I also want there to be one for the constipated that says "I can't poop." There'll be a brown T-shirt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It can't be brown because they haven't pooped yet. They're constipated.
That's true. Well, I feel like internally your body would be brown.
Maybe so.
This is
I
the
don't-
deep contemplations of life without Christian.
I don't know. Does your poop leak out of your organs when you're
Stop.
constipated? I'm not sure that's how it
Oh
works.
my gosh. That's disgusting.
I had to say something ridiculous to make you start talking again.
I heard him giggle.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear him. Giggle.
Yeah. Right before, I think it was right before you said maybe. I don't know. I did hear him. It was.
Are you okay, Christian?
Yes.
Okay?
I'm
Do we need to talk
fine.
about it?
No, I'm just go read my book and not pay attention to everybody.
Did you
making
say
fun
I'm
of
gonna
me.
go? I'm going to go weed my book. I know you didn't just say that.
I did not say that. I told you I know how to weed.
I can weed.
I can weed in the garden.
Okay.
Yes,
Anyways.
trying to end this podcast.
No, not yet. I have one thing to say.
Okay, we'll say it. I can
can't wait
cut.
for Halo
I
5.
can cut it out. I can cut this out so you're not actually on the podcast. But go ahead.
That
Yeah, go
doesn't
ahead.
make
Yep.
any sense. So, anyways,
No.
Halo 5. I'm really excited for Halo 5, guys. I can't.
You think
tell
we'll
you
see
enough.
some campaign stuff from Gamescom?
Probably, yeah. Isn't it like tomorrow?
It's pretty soon. Think we'll see some Master Chief?
I hope I see Master Chief. He's my hero.
The only time we've seen Master Chief is in that video where he was like all beat up, and then the other one where he was about to, put Locke in his place.
Gonna pop lock and drop it. That's what's gonna happen.
I hope it. No, there's actually a video documentary on the Halo channel where they show gameplay with Master Chief and Blue Team. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I told you to watch it.
No, you didn't.
Whatever. I watched
Telling
it like
you now, live.
I watched it like 3 weeks ago. So
You never told me to watch it.
I'm so sorry.
What's funny is
Anyways.
I think I actually watched it, which Taylor didn't tell me to, but my brother and I finished the Halo Nightfall series, which it was all right.
Oh, right. Girl, please.
I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm like
That's
4 or
awesome.
5 episodes in. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Halo 5 too.
It definitely felt like a Chronicles of Riddick or like that style of movie. I know it's technically like a 5-part series, but whatever. I don't know. It was pretty good.
Speaking of 5-part series, remember when Forward on the Dawn was like only being released on YouTube and you had to watch it every week? I was so excited. I
Yeah.
remember that. It was awesome, dude.
Remember when Master Chief came out on that one?
Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome. Oh my god.
He was like so huge. He was like bigger than all the other Marines. He was like
He
so
looked like
cool.
too big in my he looked like he was made out of a cardboard box in comparison to like what he looks like in video games now. Like he
Yeah,
just looks so big.
Well, because it's from the perspective of the soldiers. I mean, Master Chief is like way bigger than any of the
Yeah,
soldiers.
but still, I feel like they don't do a very good job of like the proportion between Chief and like soldiers. I feel like it always changes with every like game or like everything I see of them.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
kind of does. How
'Cause-
tall is he supposed to be?
7
Like-
foot. Or
Yeah, that's tall. Like that's huge.
I'm pretty sure it's 7 foot. I don't think it's 8 foot. Yeah, it's 7 foot. 7 foot and like the armor weighs like 500 pounds, something like that. I forget.
It's like a half ton or a ton or something like that.
Or a half ton. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, because the Halo 2 manual had like the stats on every single thing in the Halo video game in it. I remember. Yeah, and that's how I saw that. That's where I read that from.
Why can't you tell me about the stats, man? What's Master Chief's stats?
Are you done? Don't
He
disrespect
has a
Master Chief like that.
I was
He has
disrespecting
a-
you and not Master Chief.
He has a gravity hammer battering average. So that'd be cool for his covenant card, you know.
What's his griff ball win to loss ratio? I hate griff ball. Just so
I
everybody
love
knows,
grip
hate
ball. I
griff
was
ball
awesome
so
at it.
much.
I
like
was in the GBL.
Whatever.
The
Griff ball is the worst.
Ballin' League.
Griff ball sucks.
You suck. You sucked at it, so that's why you didn't like it. That's why
No, I was.
things that you're garbage at, you don't like. That's just how it
No.
works.
I
No,
just I didn't like
that is
it.
you. Mm.
I
Griff
never
ball-
played it.
Griffball was hysterical. In my,
Yeah, it was so
it's like,
funny. Yeah.
you could kill your friends too. Like anything went.
That's
and
why I
that-
hated it,
it was
because
just
I would always end up
crazy.
dying by some teammate.
You had like that one team that would just sit at the spawn and wait for you to spawn and just kill you every single time. He's like,
Yep.
duh, duh,
You-
duh.
You can't worry about your KD when you play Griffball. Like
I wasn't worried about my
thankfully-
KD. I was just annoyed by people
Yeah,
killing
Christian
me
sucks
over
already.
and over.
So.
No.
Yeah, thankfully that the KD didn't count in that. But then there was those one games when you go like 130 and like 5 and you had like 6 Kilimanjaros and it was awesome. But maybe not that high of a kill.
Like the ones where, like the zombie ones where you had an instant kill and you would run really fast. You'd just be like dashing around the map, just SMG spraying all the zombies. I
Yeah, Christian.
played a number of those.
Cool.
Zombies it didn't have the same intrigue to me as
I love zombies.
like it was okay. Like I played it, it was all right, but it never held my like in my top 5 or anything like that of game modes I like to play.
Did you play
Halo-
the zombie in Halo 2?
That was where it was at.
Like the one where you had to switch teams when you died.
Like manually, you had to manually switch teams when
Yeah.
you would die. It was a green and red team, and then when the zombie would kill you, you had to manually switch teams. That was awesome.
I know I've done that before. But like Halo, I don't know. I think it was in Halo 3. They had this thing. It wasn't griff ball, but it was like griff ball. It was like football. And it.
Yeah, it was with the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember it.
That one too. But honestly, Halo, I've always like enjoyed it, but it's never been like Halo Reach was probably more than any of the others. Like for me, was a game that I would like consistently play, but I didn't prefer it. It wasn't like my top game. Like when Halo 3 came out, I wasn't like all over that. One, I wasn't old enough to buy it myself, but it didn't appeal to me then. Like, I may have rented it later or like bought it when it was on sale or something.
Wow.
But it, like
I'm
Halo,
all over that.
I've always liked it, but it's never been like, 100% like my favorite or anything like that. I just like, when I played games, like I liked Rainbow Six Vegas and stuff like that. That and Gears took up more of my time than Halo did.
Ever since I laid my 11-year-old eyes on Halo Combat Evolved, I was in love. I was infatuated. I always bought them from then on out. I always had them day one. All of them. Every Halo game.
Cool, dude.
And Halo 4 was the only one that I really didn't put a whole lot of time into because nobody else was playing it. I was like, can I play Halo 4 by myself, or can I play Call of Duty with 20 of my friends? So
Call of Duty's another.
Really sad.
I didn't buy Call of Duty 4 for a while. Like it had been out probably a year before I picked it up.
Call of Duty 4 was the best one though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it once I got it. I was like, holy cow, this is good. But it never, like, I was so content with Gears 1 and Rainbow Six Vegas that was all I played for a long time.
You played Vegas all the time, dude.
I was all over Vegas.
Vegas had a lot of things that I want to see like more companies doing, like having your face be able to scan in to the game is a very cool idea, and I feel like it honestly saves a bunch of time, like for character creation. If somebody has a Kinect or like even can go online and have like a webcam, just take their picture, like and just load that into the game, be super easy. I think a lot of people would. I mean, I don't know. It hasn't like it's not trend or anything.
Whose mic is doing that?
It's Tyler.
Probably mine.
Yeah, it's not mine.
It's probably mine.
Yeah, sound funny.
I'm on my Mac right now, so that's why it's.
Probably why.
That's why it sucks.
Yeah. So is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good now.
One thing I enjoy, my favorite, like to me, Michael Myers, what came out on Rainbow Six Vegas first. Like that's how I'm a believer. And that was the best in my opinion, because that one.
Is that the one you had to like hide from the guy while he ran around and tried to find everybody?
Yes. Yeah. He had a shotgun and a laser sight, and no one was allowed to shoot him.
Yeah.
For like the first like so many minutes. And that's the days before party chat. And so basically you would start talking to people, and it was just in proximity. Like that's how,
because he'd be like, it could be him talking to you, like, where you at? And then secretly you walk up on him and then he just blows your brains out because it was him the whole time talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you forget, like, they're like, man, I can't remember who Mike is. Oh, dude, don't worry about it. Here, come with me. Like,
yeah, it like takes you to a corner and like kills you.
But another thing that was a game that didn't have sprint, and so like the amount of armor you had on played a role in it.
Yeah.
And so like I just remember you could not push the analog stick any farther forward, and you're just like, come on, and you just hear the shotgun blasting behind you. You're like opening and closing doors behind you.
Yeah.
It's like
you're like spinning around so fast to just barely like hit the door button to close it.
And
yeah,
I think the main thing that really played key into that game mode was that the lack of maneuverability in Rainbow Six. Kind of like how I felt like you always felt stationary. You know what I mean? Like how your character moved and everything.
Like there's a lot of like center weight to it, is what you're saying, or
Yeah, like it wasn't like a free moving kind of game.
yeah,
So
yeah, like
you couldn't like run and like jump over like a little ledge, like vault a ledge and then jump down and then like
Yeah.
escape from him. There's
Yeah,
like
and, like,
corridors and like corners and
a lot of people played it on the vault level, like the Calypso vault or
Right.
something
Yes.
like that. And
yeah.
I mean, that's the one with the most doors, the most places to hide. We would branch out and do Calypso Casino and other ones, but the vault one was the best. And like, just the, if you fell from too far a height, you would die. Like, that is a game where when you, Rainbow Six, as you ranked up, you unlocked more camos, more armor, etc. But that's a game where you would like try to like specifically like camo yourself like in certain colors so that you could like stand on a wall and just be like perfectly still. And like what I would do is like, if there is a tree or a plant, like I would paint myself in like all green and like stand right next to it. So that like people would just pass you by because they like immediately associate the green with that plant and just walk right on through. And I mean, on Rainbow Six Vegas 2, I hit Elite within like 2 weeks just because I glitched it and
I did too.
and one of the things is like even though I glitched it, I played that game so much that I would have hit Elite anyways. I wasn't worried about it, but it just consumed me. I was like, dude, I can get Elite. I've got to go. I've got to get it. And, so like once
one of those people.
Yeah, once the update came out, which like gave you more ranks in Elite, I was like in Elite level like 20 or something like that. Like as soon as the update came out, I was like, yeah, I've had a lot of headshots because that instant spawn glitch or whatever. But,
yeah, you did the one where you sat in that one room and you would just keep shooting the guys as they came out of the door.
Yeah, like they're basically like you'd throw a grenade or something at a certain time, and so it would like upset the game's like cut scene that happens, and so you would just like hide. And like what I did was like as soon as I unlocked, like I would take machine guns, like light machine guns that had like whatever had the most ammo,
right?
And I would just like stand there and like I had it down to where every time I pulled the trigger was a headshot, and like the guys would the AIs as they would spawn, like when they die, they'd make noises, and some of them would like you just like they'd spawn and go "Meh," like as they die. It was
the sound would cut out. I did that for a while where I would shoot them, but I just didn't have the patience to sit there forever. So you could also set your the two friendly guys in certain places to where they would shoot them. And I remember I did that. I set those guys up, and then I just hid in a corner, and I just left my Xbox on for like I went to bed and left my Xbox on all night, and got up the next day, and I was like ridiculous rank.
Wow. I tried to do that. I tried to glitch the Rainbow Six Vegas, like trying to get my rank up in that. Well, okay, here's something cool. Rainbow Six keeps your rank. Like no matter what, like if you're on Xbox 360 and then you delete all your game content, the next, like if you go back on your 360, it's still there. Like because it's based in their server for that, your character's based on their server. So that's really cool.
That's crazy. Who would ever heard of that?
So, I know. Who would have ever done that? But, that was one thing I was really happy about. I played game battles with Rainbow Six Vegas too, but we didn't go very far. It was fun though.
Let's wrap this
Game battle
up.
is very stressful. So
yeah, it was.
Game battles. Oh my gosh.
I remember one clutch instance, and that was it. But we don't have to talk about it anymore because I can talk about Rainbow Six for a long time.
Yeah.
And I got to go to church.
All right. Well, I guess then we can say our salutations.
Again.
Time to say goodbye. It's a 21 Pilots song.
21 Pilots sucks.
Oh, another. Oh my! That's like one of my favorite bands, dude.
I know. I said that to make you mad.
Oh.
I've seen them in concert. Woohoo!
Lucky, they're awesome.
Lucky.
They
So
went to Cedarville and just like performed, and it wasn't even on like the big stage. It was like on a small stage. So, I mean, I was within like 10 feet of the band like most of the time. Like it was
Yeah.
a really small concert, but it was awesome. I
Small
headbutted
concert,
a guy
nice.
in the shoulder on accident.
Oh wow, man,
was
you're
perfect.
crazy.
Yeah, I know. It got wild.
You like get in the
What's
pit
wrong?
at the 21 Pilots show.
Oh, well, I was like I was just like joking around and like, yeah, and then like I turned and hit, and I was like, oops. Luckily, the guy was like a lot bigger. Like he was like maybe like a tailor before the working out started. So he was just like,
So-
no, don't worry about it.
He's like a big tubby kid.
Yeah, I mean he was not as tubby, like I guess, but he could have turned around and punched me in the face, but the guy was really kind, so it wasn't a big deal.
Could have been like, who hit me?
Ah!
It's like, and as he like yelled, like donuts coming out of his mouth, like spraying out of his mouth.
What?
Who hit me?
There's glaze. It's not spit. It's glaze coming out of his mouth.
Wow.
Oh,
That's so bad.
you're so bad.
I am. I'm bad.
Bad.
This podcast is over.
Okay, bye. The main thing.
Okay, I have
She
to
my main thing.
Main
crop.
thing. Okay, so episode 27. Right? One more time, I'm gonna ask before I say anything.
Yes.
Alright, sorry, jeez.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually
Go.
know this time. I actually know the number.
Yeah, because last week you just titled it 26, I believe. I remember that now.
Yeah, because you were like all about 26. Like all you wanted to.
About
Why
that.
were you all
episode.
about 26? I didn't listen to it yet.
What
Because
happened?
we recorded it on the 26th.
Oh.
And it was also my dad's birthday.
It was Dad's birthday.
And there was something else, too.
We found out we had 26 listeners.
Yeah. 26 faithfuls.
Hey, that's a lot of people. That's more than I can count on my hands and toes.
I guess that's. I mean,
That's
a good
saying
measurement.
something right
Yeah,
there.
It really is, though.
No trouble.
Huh?
Alright, well, I guess I'll start the podcast then, if you guys are ready. Okay.